That's right, Wally. Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everyone. Kevin Clemens Homebrew. I'm sipping on a beer. We'll talk about that. You know, I've got a book. We'll talk about that. But first thing I want to do is I've had so many people contact me and say they're looking forward to meeting me at HomebrewCon. Couldn't imagine that I would not be at the National Homebrewers Convention when it's here in Portland. I'm self-employed. It makes things challenging at times. But when Tony Yates reached out to me and then Ryan Rashan gave me a hard time, along with some of my very dear friends, particularly Man Bear Pig and his lovely wife Michelle, and the even more beautiful everyday MM, and of course SJ Poor, my dear friend himself. So they're all going to be here. I couldn't resist that. And yes, I want to see everyone else who's written and asked if I'll be there and said they're looking forward to seeing me. I am going to tell you a little bit about my schedule briefly because I can't be there the whole time. I wish I could. Wednesday, actually, Man, Bear, Pig, SJ, MM, Michelle, the four of them are getting into town Wednesday. I'm picking them up from the airport, and I'm going to rush them out to my back patio here, right? Of course, we're going to come out and spend a little bit of time on the back deck, and before they can get into their accommodations at 4 o'clock. So I'm looking forward to that. We talked about going to brewery, but it's going to be represented, I think. If not, I'll find a way to get some beer. I'll bring a crowler over so they can try some of their beer. But not like they're not going to get enough beer, right? I mean, come on. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that. So Thursday, I will attend. I'm going to close my business. It's not going to make some customers happy, but I'm going to close my business on Thursday. So I'll be there probably all day. I'm going to attend as long as, as long as the Hoovers and the Pourers are attending. So I don't know if they're going till 11 that night with the party or what. Now, please don't try to ply me with alcohol. I'm in the process of dropping weight. Yes, I will be a lightweight at the moment. I'm just drinking on weekends. I may try increasing my drinking the week or two before. But anyway, beyond that, I'll be there Thursday, and then I hope to attend again on Saturday. So you probably won't see me there Wednesday or Friday. I look forward to meeting you. I might do something crazy, like maybe we'll set up a Facebook, maybe a little chat thing page for HomebrewCon, so we could send messages back and forth. That would be cool. So I might work on that because that's kind of how I operate a lot. And so we could all communicate and meet places. And we might even try setting up a meeting place for those of us that would like to meet together from the YouTube community, BrewTubers. Anyway, beyond that, I am sipping on right here. It's pretty fresh, it's pretty green, but this is my Tropical Peach Double IPA. It did come out at 7.7% ABV. I'm only drinking a tad, just for you all, because I'm just trying to drink on weekends at the moment. You know, I think I talked about ingredients, so if you want to go back watch that video, but what I kind of like on this are the malts, because the malts are very smooth. They're very balanced. This is not a crisp beer. It's a smooth, mellow beer because I put so many different things in it, and I'm just loving it. I love that malt base. There's a hell of a lot of hops in this, all these experimental hops. So you are getting stone fruit, you are getting tropical. I'm getting a bit of a green kick on it, though, I'll admit. It feels like. But all my filtering didn't work as well. I need a way to cold crash better. But anyway, it's a lovely beer. That's a bit nice. Oh well, I have to go back to losing weight. I originally was 190. I got all the way to 154 and I balanced out at 158. I am a small frame guy, just fraction over 5'5". And then I gained weight intentionally when the guys came in town, brought myself up to about 164, 165. So I had a little alcohol tolerance. And I've only during that time then crept up to 168.8. There you go. I'm down to 163.8. My goal is to get down to that 154 and see if I can break that barrier. So I'm working on that. But some things don't help, like honey. So let's talk about honey. This is a fantabulous, yes, that's right, extra fantastic, little guide on mead making. I love this. A lot of topics are covered. I'm admittedly only halfway through. I got the feeling that the even better category is going to come up in the following chapters, because we're getting into more detailed things, you know, like Yan, SNA, SFH. If you don't know what that is, then buy the book, okay? That's what I'm saying. But this was made by Steve Mertz, the Canadian Sasquatch brewer. That's right, and his website is Canadian Sasquatch Brewery. If you want to get his book, please, please do not go straight to Amazon. Go to his website, because he makes pennies selling the book. But when you go through his website and then you click on the link back to Amazon, he gets associate money too. So that's helpful for him. And because I'd love to see the sequel, you know, I'm into that. But I'm loving it, because he has made mead making so simple, and I had the most fantastic experience this last year being part of the mead challenge. I mean, God, the meads I had were amazing, and now I know pretty much all the guys in the contest that I was against have bought the book. I don't know if Grant Baker bought it, but he should get it electronically, right? And it was just, it's been so easy to read, and the things that he uses as examples to help you understand, the way he simplifies it, Steve has just done an amazing job, and I'm loving the book. I got to find a clear weekend. I've been working on the art, as you can see, but I've got to find a weekend to finish this off. But this is going to be like my little Bible, because I found a few things. I've got yellow highlights all through different sections of this, and then I have my own little quick shortcut guide that I've added notes to already. Now, I'm old school, right? I've got the printed book. That's $17.99. But and it's a link through Amazon, but go through his website, scroll down the first page, you're going to find it advertised in there. But the Kindle version is just $5.99. That's a deal if you're into Kindle. Actually, I'm using my son Colin's Kindle right now to read a couple books, but for things like this, I don't know, I need that paper in my hand, and I can go flip through there and make this worn out over the years. But I'm going to have a much better mead, so I warn you all. But anyway, this for the competition, that is, but this is a great book. I can't encourage you enough. Go check it out. If you've never made a mead, this is going to make it really easy to make a mead. You can make your first mead and be very successful with it. And I'm happy to answer any questions for new mead makers, but you really should message Steve. He's got a whole series he does up on the website right now, or up on his YouTube channel, where he talks about different questions. He analyzes a mead, he reviews a particular mead that he's drinking, and then he answers questions from you. And so you can send your questions in, and he's happy to answer them. And I know that he's been a mentor of mine, along with Larmo 22, or Lermo 22, I should say, Larry, and the two of them have been my greatest references for mead making over the years. But Steve is really great at helping me, and this book is fantastic. Go check it out. Now, Homebrew Conference, back to the National Homebrew Conference, HomeBrewCon 2018 here in Portland, Oregon. You really should have booked to be here days earlier so you could go check out breweries out here, because that would have been awesome. You're going to be able to find them at club night and stuff like that, or whatever. You're going to get to try some of those, but your palate's going to be shot, let's be honest. If you have time to go out and see a brewery, I'm going to name two right away. Great Notion is really fun. They make some fantastic beers. They do a great job if you're really into the Haze Nation thing. You like your hazy beers. They do some fantastic ones. And they have some big beers too, though. I mean, they've got some crazy stouts. And there's one that's, I can't think of the name exactly, but something stacked. It's like your classic picture of pancakes with maple syrup pouring over the top. So a big old chocolatey, mapley stout. That's fantastic. But Ripe, one called Ripe, is really fun. And several others. Juice and Juice Box are really great IPA styles and hazy IPAs. I would check that out. The other place to get over to is, of course, Hair of the Dog. Meet Alan Sprints if he's there. They just do, they're usually pretty big beers, but they do really good beers. And I wouldn't miss out on that because, of course, I have those stashed away. But those are two of my favorites at this point in time. But there's so many good ones out there. And if you're going to be at the convention, please send me a note and let's figure out how we can meet. I would love to do that so we can message back and forth and make sure that we meet with people. Anyway, that's enough for me. You guys have a great week. I'm going to finish this a little bit because I got to get back to work. We'll catch y'all later. Cheers.